Alright, folks, we are back. Joey and Chris are seeing a movie. Getting cozy in here.
Anything good?
I don't know.
Well,
I wasn't paying attention. Oh, by the way, so I wanted to talk about something.
yes.
So, I mentioned earlier that my birthday happened recently. And so for my birthday, I got the board game Villainous, as well as one of the expansions. And so each so it's a board, I think it's more of a card game. It's a card game based around Disney villains. You get to play as villains, trying to accomplish each of their unique goal.
Yeah.
And I find it so it has like a bunch of expansions. And the cool thing about the expansions, they can be played by themselves.
Yeah.
You don't need the board. You don't need the base game in order to play the expansions. The only thing that bugs me is the fact that none of the expansions have all the characters I want.
Huh.
Like, each of them has at least one that I want. I'm like, huh. It's a little funny, a little annoying.
Yeah.
Because you got, like, so I know Hades is in one, Yzma's in another, Scar's in a different one, the Horned King is in a separate one. And yeah, and honestly, they all look really cool. Like, if you look over the side, they all look like that.
Yeah.
But with different colors and different villains in the front. Which is it's very cool.
Yeah, I saw that in the card shop the other day. And it was, looks interesting.
Yeah, I'd like to get all of them at some point, because not only because it's nice to have all the options laid out to you, but also just because they would look awesome on a shelf together.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I wasn't sure if you were going to say awesome or awful.
No, I mean, look at that. It's a very nice looking box.
Yeah, which is why yeah, these games are great and everything. They look awful.
No, it looks fantastic. And the funny thing, so I think we discussed this in the card shop, the Marvel expansion or the Marvel game. I don't know what they were thinking with the characters there. Heck, some of the ones in the base set for Villainous are kind of weird, because you've got, like... So you've got the big ones. You've got Maleficent, Jafar, Ursula, Captain Hook. Maleficent, Captain Hook, Jafar, Ursula. Then there's two that are a little weird. The Red Queen...
Oh, from Alice in Wonderland?
Yeah, I'm like, okay, she's decently big, and she's big enough. Like, that's fine.
I always forget that Alice in Wonderland is like a Disney movie.
Yeah, which Alice in Wonderland is it's very by the numbers. You know, it is pretty much just their version of Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
Not really unique, aside from like the animation. But yeah, and
the Tim Burton one is certainly unique.
Oh yes. But yeah, and
you remember that kids movie that had a beheading in it?
Yeah.
Good times.
And they pulled an eye out of the socket.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, then the last character is Prince John.
Oh, from Robin Hood?
Yeah, I'm surprised you actually remembered him. But yeah, it's like, okay. I don't know if I'd lead with Prince John, but sure. Heck, the other one I have has Cruella, Gothel, and Pete, which I'm like, okay, odd combination.
Wait, is Gothel from Rapunzel?
Tangled, but yes.
Oh, well, same thing.
But yeah, but I think we discussed in the card shop with the Marvel one. Most of the villains in the Marvel expansion are just kind of weird, because they have they have Thanos and Ultron. Which, those ones make sense.
Yeah, they just had some odd choices.
And then the rest were, so you had Killmonger, Hela, and Taskmaster.
Yeah,
which were like, okay.
So you're telling me Marvel is Ironmonger and Killmonger also?
Yes. My thing was more like, I think those were in there because they had movies recently that were good, that were well received. Because Black Panther was a success. And so was Thor Ragnarok, and those were the villains in there. My only thing was Taskmaster. Taskmaster's the villain in Black Widow, but that hadn't come out yet.
Huh.
And granted, and I'm like, okay, so no Loki?
I've heard good things about Black Widow.
Yeah. Yeah, like no Loki, no Green Goblin, no...
I mean, Loki's relatively recent, too.
No, I mean.
Oh well, yeah. Well, he's been there for a while.
Exactly.
The series is recent.
Well, yeah, but the character has like been very popular.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who else would be like better picks.
For the Avengers?
Well, no, well for the Marvel theme in general, because I know they have a separate Loki expansion.
Oh, so it's just Marvel in general.
Well, it's Marvel Villains. It's an expansion. It's a version of Villainous with Marvel characters.
Yeah, yeah. Well, didn't you? Oh, yeah, that's right. You said because they might not have rights to like the Spider-Man.
I think that's what the problem is.
Ah.
Because like honestly, I would put Green Goblin or Venom in there, but if they can't get those characters, heck,
yeah, you know, I'm
maybe even Vulture.
I'm starting to notice that like Marvel doesn't have a ton of. This is gonna sound blasphemous. Marvel doesn't have a ton of great villains.
Yeah.
Like, say what you will about DC.
Okay, at the very least, Marvel doesn't have the same kind of iconic villains as DC does.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, like, Marvel's got the hero thing down pat.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't necessarily go to Marvel when I'm looking for a good villain. You know what I'm saying?
There are a few exceptions.
There are.
Hela was good. Anything Spider-Man is good.
Okay. Was Hela good, or was it just a hella good movie?
I liked Hela. She was a character. I liked what's his face? Ego from.
Well, you called him what's his face,
Yeah.
so he must be memorable.
I know would you count Yondu as a villain, or would you?
Yeah, but he kind of had an arc.
He's like an anti-hero. Yeah, anything Spider-Man is like really iconic. If we ever get Doctor Doom, that would be a very iconic villain.
Yeah.
I like Ultron. I like Thanos.
You know what it is? I just think a lot of the good villains are on the Fox side.
Yeah.
Because they also have X-Men.
Oh yeah, and you got Magneto.
Yeah.
Gosh, what?
Okay.
Killmonger was okay. I liked Killmonger.
Do you know
enough.
Killmonger's first name?
No, Eric Killmonger.
It's Eric.
Yep.
That kind of takes a lot of the oomph out of it.
Yeah.
I'm Eric Killmonger.
Yeah, honestly, Eric, like, and you know, I'm humble for saying this. Like, Eric's not a very intimidating name.
Oh, you know what I always forget? So they have Kingpin for the villain in Daredevil, but Kingpin was initially a Spider-Man villain.
Oh yeah. I mean, you saw Into the Spider-Verse with the Cube.
Yes, I did.
That's my only issue with that movie. Like, honestly, it's like a legitimate, like, I don't like his design. Like, everyone else has, like, normal proportions, and he's, like, a hunchback. Friggin' monster man.
We're talking about Danny Trejo. Didn't he play Whiplash?
I don't think so.
Oh, no, wait, no, that was Mickey Rourke, right?
I don't know who that is, but sure. I just know it wasn't. I don't know who it was. I just know it wasn't Danny Trejo.
Yeah, no, it wasn't Danny Trejo. Let me see here. Mickey Rourke.
But yeah,
Yeah, okay.
I can't think of any other Marvel villains that really stuck with me.
But like, say like. DC, you could name off villains.
Which
for
here's
days.
the thing. I guess with DC, you could also say the same thing, where it's like, name like 10 villains that aren't Batman villains.
Name 5 more.
Exactly. But yeah, it's like DC has a similar stigma where it's like most of their most iconic bad guys are Batman villains.
I mean, yeah. I mean, to be honest, like you're talking about the Starfish guy.
Starro's a bit, yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, also, weren't you talking about who would win, Thanos or Darkseid?
Oh yeah.
And what was the
Darkseid won.
Okay.
Thanos needed the stones to become a god, but Darkseid was already a god.
Yeah, without the Infinity Gauntlet, he's kind of just a big purple guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's tough, but like, you know, not unbeatable.
Yeah.
Whereas Darkseid's like terrifying.
So yeah.
Yeah, how he beat him was essentially he pulled Thanos into a different dimension, and the Infinity Stones only work in their home dimension, so... Yeah.
So yeah, for Marvel villains, we got Thanos, Loki, Doctor Doom.
Oh, how did I forget Loki?
Oh, you said Loki.
Did I say Loki?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh
my god. Look at that abomination.
do it. Ultron, Galactus.
Oh yeah, Galactus.
Red Skull, Vulture.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I also liked Vulture in the MCU's Vulture, because he was Batman.
Yeah. Hela, Magneto, Dr. Octopus, Abomination, Killmonger, Dormammu.
Dormammu was kind of...
Yeah, is that really...
No, he counts. He was just barely in the movie. He was certainly intimidating, but he wasn't... He didn't have much of a personality. He was just kind of, you're going to die. Puny, immortal, blah. You know, usual stuff for like a villain.
Yeah, yeah.
He was very typical, you know? And
even
even the villain in Doctor Strange was honestly the weakest part.
Yeah?
Unlike with... everyone compares that one to Iron Man.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like, you know... Well, it's an actor from Sherlock who, you know, he starts out as a dick, but then he gets humbled, and then he becomes a superhero. Oh, hey, it's awful!
It is.
It really is awful.
Kingpin, Kang the Conqueror?
Oh, yeah. Oh, do we have to fight awful again?
I guess. How awful.
It really is.
Mysterio Annihilus?
Annihilus. I know that name. Why do I know that name?
Green Goblin, Apocalypse.
I don't owe Apocalypse. I don't know like much about him.
Ego. Ronan,
Ego I liked. Who?
Ronan.
Ronan was okay. Ronan
That
was
was
like
from Guardians, right?
Yeah, he was just kind of there.
Whiplash, Dark Phoenix, and Mephisto.
Everyone, okay, with every single more weird Marvel thing that comes out, everyone's like, oh, the villain's gonna be Mephisto, and it's not Mephisto.
Whereas for DC, let's see here. DC villains.
Granted, if you think about it, Marvel characters really did, aside from Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four, and the X-Men, most of the Marvel characters that we like think of as iconic now, no one would have cared. No one cared before the MCU.
Well, I was just about to say the Vulture, like, if not for Spider-Man: Homecoming.
I still saw Vulture merch before that movie.
Okay.
Like, I had a sticker book with all the Spider-Man villains in it, and Vulture was there.
Darkseid, Deathstroke, Joker, Lex Luthor, Doomsday, Harley Quinn, Brainiac, Bane, Eobard Thawne?
Reverse Flash.
Anti-Monitor?
Oh, yeah, he's like... I don't know how to describe him. I know him from the comic Darkseid War, and that's about it.
Penguin, Ra's al Ghul.
I was gonna say he's
Ra's al Ghul.
I was gonna say racist Al Ghul. I was gonna say he's kind of like the evil Darkseid. I'm like, no, Darkseid's already evil. He's like
the Ghul does with the bang.
He's like the worst Darkseid.
Black Adam, Captain Cold.
I like
Manta,
Black Adam.
Cheetah, Killer Croc, Riddler, General Zod, Sinestro.
I honestly thought you were gonna say General Grievous. I don't know why.
General Kenobi.
No, it's Superman. I appear to be in the wrong movie.
Poison Ivy, Deadshot, and Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, but think about it like that. Like, how many of those villains were Batman villains?
That's fair, but like,
although Superman's got like,
yeah, Superman's got some good ones.
Oh yeah, Lex Luthor and Doomsday at the very least.
But yeah, but
don't you dare! We have 20 seconds left in the video.
But.
Icy Poppy!
Ooh, put it in my bowl, Daddy!
Ooh, we can't put it in your bowl, Daddy!
And on that note,
we will see you guys next time.
Ben.
No!